Three Browns with something to prove in 2023. This from Sports Illustrated. They go Jedrick Wills, put some good plays on tape and has strung together good weeks, but never really been able to do it over the course of a season. In 2023, Wills will once again have a chance to do that. Deshaun Watson. Browns don't need Deshaun Watson to come out and throw 40 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions or something like that. They need him to be their franchise quarterback and the guy that can go win the football games late. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Perrion Winfrey. Winfrey not able to get out of his own way early in his career, came out of college as a guy that talked too much and didn't back it up on the field, has had some off-field issues that have gotten in the way, and has not adjusted to being a pro very well. Casey, I agree with all of those. Wills will have the opportunity, and again, he doesn't have to be the top 10 draft pick that they took him. He's got to be an above-average left tackle.
For me, it always comes down to consistency with him because he'll have good plays. It's just there's too much inconsistency, and a lot of it's tied to his health. He needs to stay healthy. You know, he seems to suffer ankle injuries frequently, and it affects his play. He's able to gut it out and be on the field, but then you'll see the tape during those games, and it's obvious he's playing wounded. And the Browns have a couple guys in the pipeline now. You know, this will be Hudson's third year. You go draft a DeJuan Jones, see what they have in him. You know, it might make them feel comfortable about moving on from Wills. But, you know, we always kind of overlook this because he's been there, and this is his fourth season now. He turned 24 last month. He's still an extremely young man. It could all come together. And if he's able to put, consistent effort on tape and improve in the run game just a little bit, I think it's someone that they could offer a contract to. Because keep in mind, I know he signed his fifth-year option, but if he struggles this year, there's no guarantee that he's here next year.
Yep, I would agree. Watson, the point that they make is spot on. He doesn't have to be the throw for 5,000. That'd be great. But he's got to be the guy that you feel comfortable late in the game. You want the opponents to say, oh, Watson has the ball and there's 3 minutes on the clock. We're in trouble.
Yeah, I will say this. If 40 touchdowns and 7 interceptions is on the table, sign me up. That'd be something I'm definitely interested in. But, yeah, he doesn't need to do all that for this team to be successful. But he needs to be the reason why teams are afraid of the Browns, like you just said. That needs to be he needs to be able to play well enough and bring this team with him to where defenses fear him, and they have to do everything they can to keep the ball out of his hands. And he's going to have the opportunity to do it. He has the weapons in place, the lines in place, everything's in front of him, and he just needs to be the engine. That engine doesn't need to have insane stats, but it needs to be something that the teams have to fear.
And as far as Winfrey goes, he's got to be a guy we start talking about his play on the field and not all the other stuff, because we're talking about all the other stuff and not him on the field right now.
He's so lucky that there's a new coaching staff, that he's getting a fresh slate, and if he can just do something with his opportunities, if he can become someone who gets a high pressure rate on the opportunities he gets, he can carve a little niche out for himself and get a career in this league. But if he's unable to do that, he's not going to be here for very long, because be who you can afford to be. And right now he's acting like he's something, a Warren Sapp or something, and that you have to go out there and prove it. This is the man's league, and he hasn't done anything to instill confidence in his coaching staff as of yet.